tak, że po Krakowie była porozwieszana cała masa plakatów i line-up był taki, który nas zainteresował, prawda? Zwłaszcza tutaj na Eskimo przyjechaliśmy. Myślę, że ja stąd na przykład.
Wiesz, może zacznę od tego, gdzie się jak się znalazłam. Zawsze chciałam przyjechać na Taurona, a w związku z tym, że jestem z nadmorza, jakoś nigdy nie mogłam się zabrać, zawsze były też festiwale w Trójmieście i przyjechałam po raz pierwszy i przyjechałam właśnie na wolontariat. Pracowałam w punkcie media przy akredytacjach. Było bardzo ciekawie, ale trzeba było też zaliczyć tak na dobrą sprawę koncerty, bo po to głównie przyjechałam, żeby mieć możliwość zobaczenia niektórych zespołów. Przyjechałam sama, tak jak mówię, pociągiem 11 godzin z Gdyni, ale nie żałuję w żaden sposób.
I usually listen to music when I'm alone, so it's sort of a private thing for me. It's sort of like a religion, maybe. Music for me is something that if I'm going to listen to it, I want it to take me to a specific place.
I think my definition of music is that music is escapism. Yeah, it's escapism. It's the thing we need as human beings to be able to step outside of the reality that we're used to and go to a place that we choose. I think over time, my vision of what being an artist is has very much changed. In the beginning, it's something that I questioned. What is it? What am I supposed to talk like? What am I supposed to act like? And then after some years, I think I just thought, don't think about it. You know, when you think about it is when you start to run into problems. You just gotta do whatever comes natural. That's the most honest way, and that's the way that people know when you're being honest and sincere.
Kiedy graliśmy tutaj 2 lata temu, to odczułem to wyraźnie, iż muzyka młodych ludzi dzisiaj bliższa jest warszawskiej jesieni niż jakiejkolwiek produkcji takiej nisko-popowej, tak ją nazwijmy.
Największe wrażenie niespodziewanie zrobiło na mnie BBF, bo akurat urwałam się z punktu, gdzie pracowałam przy mediach i miałam dosłownie pół godziny i szybko podbiegłam pod scenę i po prostu płakałam pod sceną jak dziecko. Byłam roztrzęsiona jak osika i tak na dobrą sprawę zupełnie przez przypadek odkryłam zespół, który chyba zrobił na mnie największe wrażenie. Właśnie wtedy BBF dało niesamowity koncert.
Tak, Brand, Brauer Freak. My też byliśmy zachwyceni.
The music we create is of course an expression of our lives. It's like we maybe want to express something which we are also not sure about, and this is what comes out, so it's also almost like a diary or so. But yeah, it's actually we try to we like it when the process is each time a bit different, because it's important to have a change of perspective from time to time, when you always start your songs in the same way, I mean, each time we did that, we noticed that there was nothing fresh coming out, so we even forced ourselves to do something different.
And also in reality it was really never like that something so originally started suddenly. It's always when you look back in history it feels like, oh, suddenly there was techno, or suddenly there was this and that kind of music. And when you are really living in that time it doesn't happen that fast. It's a very slow progress all the time, so never anything was so super original suddenly.
Honestly, I don't care so much about originality, because originality shouldn't be forced as well. And also when you read like the press and media, any artist of whatever style is presented by his own marketing as something innovative, original and so on. But nobody makes his music from zero, you know? It's all, we are part of a culture, of a musical culture that's now, at least for many countries, is kind of worldwide, even if it has a lot of regional aspects. And you know, nobody should think he invents his own music from scratch.
Tauron stał się jakąś marką, wymaga pewnej, powiedzmy, otwartości od ludzi, którzy tutaj przychodzą, muzycznej. Nie jest to ograniczone gatunkami, jest to muzyka dość zróżnicowana, ale zawsze ma w sobie pewne novum.
Music is like language, you know, and I think it's a really interesting thing that someone told me. If there's a study done about like the forest, if you go into the forest, you have all different animals speaking their own language, and they're all at different frequency ranges. So you have a bird going here, you have a bear here, deer here, you know. And the reason the forest can be so loud, full of all these different animals, but they still can hear each other, is because they're speaking a very specific frequency, a very specific language, you know. And I think with people, with humans, music it's like a language that essentially it's a universal kind of language, you know. You don't really need to have specific articulation of, you know, German, English, Japanese, whatever it might be. And I think even just that in itself, because music is language, it absolutely has the power to unite people, for sure. Even at the most basic level, you know. just recently I've gotten very inspired by Native American music. The drumming and the singing is very powerful. I've gotten very inspired by old like American slave music and prison music from way back. Yeah, I mean, a whole range of stuff. I'm definitely inspired by Arabian stuff for sure. Eastern things, definitely Japanese music, very inspired by that. And kind of like the Japanese aesthetic of natural environment, in terms of some people that work on very minimal, just of their obsession kind of with environment. You know, you can see in Japanese culture the way they live and the houses and all that kind of stuff. And they also, I think they have the same relationship to music in a certain way too, or to sound. So yeah, I'm inspired by all that.
Przyjechałam na konkretne koncerty i właśnie z założeniem, że zobaczę te, których nie znam, bo najciekawiej wypadają te zespoły, których się nie zna, bo odbierasz je na świeżo. W związku z czym, jak podeszłam właśnie pod tą scenę, to mnie zaczarowali. Ja tam umarłam. Ja wychodząc spod sceny naprawdę nie wiedziałam, gdzie mam patrzeć.
Everything, each moment creates the next moment.
Every place you travel does something to your mind. You change. Like, we've never been to Poland, this is our first time. Now we're changed forever because we're seeing new landscapes, we're seeing new faces, we're seeing, things we've never seen before. And so all of that feeds your subconscious. And that's part of very much our instinct as a band is that in our creativity, we don't try to figure out where and why all the time, and why did that happen? But we know that everything that we do is inspired by everything that we experience. And that's why when we answered, what is music to you? Well, music is life. Like, people will say that about any art form, that you could say art imitates life, life imitates art, but they go back and forth.
Life's too short, so I gotta make peace. And I don't wanna get old and be a waste. Man, Lord, these new shoes need praise. And break this ball and chain round my waist. And please give me the strength to go all the way. And negative vibes better fly away. I'm at that age, I ain't come to play. I'm here to stay, let's get relevant. Breathe out, breathe in. Maybe it just ain't my day to win. Gotta take stock and start again. Start again. Start again. Breathe out, yeah.
I knew I wanted to make music, and I knew that I wanted to become an artist who isn't about genre and isn't about following a particular scene or crowd or whatever. That was basically the basic level, and then other than that, it's just kind of this. I've just been lucky, really. Other than that, just been following the wind, so to speak, and seeing where it takes me, you know.
Dreams and hideaways and wasting my life away, or is this a stepping stone? I plan to find out. Some folk will never know. Breathe it, yeah, breathe it in. Maybe just ain't my day to it. Gotta take stock and start again. Start again. Start again. Breathe it, yeah, breathe it in. Maybe it just ain't my day to it. Gotta take stock and start again. Start again. Start again. Take a deep breath. Live life a little bit. Don't be afraid. Won't hurt a little bit.
Eklektyzm jest jak najbardziej wskazany i po to się chyba jedzie na festiwal, prawda, żeby poznać jak najwięcej nowych brzmień. Więc to nie jest tak, że się ograniczam i chcę słuchać tylko, nie wiem, drum and bassów albo tylko elektroniki szeroko pojętej, tylko wskazana jest tutaj różnorodność, jak najbardziej. Jestem otwarta na jakieś nowe doznania.
I make the music first, and then I allow the music to tell me what needs to be written and what direction it needs to go, and I feel that's my only barometer in terms of how much or how little lyrically I need to do. And I don't think you have too much lyrics, I don't think you have too little. Music is this art, you know, it's open to interpretation, it's open to, yeah, depending on who's listening to it, or, you know, or their mind state or their emotional state or what they're going through, they can look at it completely differently from on a day-to-day basis.
Sometimes also a bit like homeopathy, sometimes you give something that's a little bit poisoning, so it kind of triggers your immune system. I like that too. Also music, sometimes you have to add bits which are a little bit annoying or causing anti-reactions. It's quite good as well. I think what we learn from doing this for such a long time is that everything in the world consists of parts. So even if you consider something being one thing, even a person, an engine, a piece of music, architecture, nature, you see it as one thing sometimes. But then you understand when you look closer, it consists of many, many parts. And if something goes wrong, you don't have to dismiss the whole thing. You can replace parts of it and you can repair little elements of the whole. I think this is something we kind of learned, and probably that's also what keeps us going. We still think we can improve this whole thing, you know, this whatever it is, if it's the band or the music.
Aesthetically, electronic musically changed a lot, and in terms of it's not that narrow anymore, it's not that dense anymore, it's getting wider and rhythmically more interesting, and harmonically it's more free. So yeah, in the moment there's lots of interesting things, music styles coming coming out, and it's nice to participate.
Bardzo pozytywnie zaskoczone atmosferą festiwalu. Bardzo fajni ludzie, nie ma jakiegoś zadęcia, nie ma takiego sztucznego lansu, wszystko jest okej. Festiwal jest kosmiczny, spotkowy, dowiedziałyśmy się z gwiazd. Generalnie ściągnęło nas tu hot chip, zespół, na który przyjechałyśmy i mamy koszulki hot chip, zrobione własnoręcznie, ciężkim trutem. Także głównie dla tego zespołu przyjechałyśmy.
It's a dialogue, isn't it, what you're doing? We're very kind of actually sensitive to the way that an audience reacts to us. Like, we can be like disheartened quite quickly, if an audience is not like visibly kind of enjoying themselves, So at its best, if the way you're feeling on stage is good and the way the audience is feeling is good, then that kind of, not to sound like a hippie, but that kind of transference of energy is really like a positive thing.
Fajna stylistyka muzyczna, no jaram się konwencją całą. I przyjechałem tutaj, żeby się zaskoczyć. Mam parę bandów, które znam, no właśnie tak jak wspominała Kaja, przede wszystkim Eskmo. Byłem przed chwilą na Milupie, którą znam zresztą bardzo dobrze i jestem bardzo zadowolony z koncertu. Rewelacja.
Mi się jeszcze podobał Beach House, a dzisiaj, nie wiem, dzisiaj może coś mnie zaskoczy.
Liczymy na to.
Tak.
Katowice, wszyscy mówili mi, że Katowice są brzydkim miastem, że na pewno mi się nie spodobają, a ja przyznaję, że nie są miastem ładnym, ale mają naprawdę, są magiczne.
Fuck buttons. Our relationship is what makes the music. So that is reflections, but really it's more to do with that time and place that we're together and writing, and then something comes out, it's not always good, but then we always, we know what we like, so what we choose to put out there is actually the stuff that we like.
It's a filtration method, like the method of filtration that we use, which I think is important to us, really, in that sense, isn't it? This festival in particular, there's a lot of contemporary music, but I don't think that any of the bands are necessarily doing anything different to bands that would have existed, 60 years ago or something. I think everybody's doing it for a common reason. So I think the boundaries between new and old there become very blurred, as they will be in another 60 years. I think anybody can make music. Yeah, it's not, it's down to the listener whether they think it's good or not, but like anybody can make music. You could go and make music now on the side of that car if you wanted to.
I've never chose a particular route with my music, and I'm probably never going to. So yeah, I'll create music to sort of just express a lot of things. I need to express a lot of emotions sometimes, and it's one of the best ways to do it.
Another disappointed soul. Well, I tried to keep it in control. Well, I'll end up on the door. It's my life, and out for winter I go. Whoa, blue, you've got me on the go. But don't worry, you'll never know. Your eyes never cold to me. Well, at least that's what I've been told. Girl, you've made my dreams come true. It's all clean.
So I'm very relaxed to be making music. I'm enjoying just being a musician quite a lot. So, I mean, there's a lot of pressure in some aspects, and there's a lot of pressure to get on planes and go out and do gigs everywhere, but it's fun. I think the main limit is trying to get out of your head the idea that you need to impress everyone, because as long as you impress yourself, I guess it's really organic to yourself. So
I'm dreaming. My aspirations got a ceiling, and now I'm constantly cleaning the scars of your dealing. Oh. My guts are on the floor for you to adore me, and all that I can be, and see, get what I say on the horizon.